So it's a very interesting journey. So 2019, when I wanted to start something by myself, I approached my childhood friend who is a Marwari, and we started with the brewing leaf because my father was in the tea industry for 42 years. He was the director of Unilever. So all the Vataj, Red Label, that he's all blended by him first hand. Okay? And I said, let's do something with tea. So I was a corporate like Aditya Birla. Everyone was like, you'll sell tea and what is wrong with you? And I was like, no, I want to sell tea. We packed this tea packets called the brewing leaf, and that time 2019 there was no culture of cloud kitchens, and we took this place in Kiyatara, which is our central kitchen. We took a ground floor, we packed some teas, and we kind of registered our name on Swiggy and Zomato for the brewing leaf. And at that, today you find it very common, but at that point in time we had imported these flasks that Sanchita will know, which keeps the tea hot for at least 45 minutes to an hour.
So you used to deliver it?
Yeah. So we started with the brewing leaf as one brand, and we didn't want to have that old school perception like how tea is sold at multiple places in the city of chai and puff. We wanted the Bengali sentiment. So that underlying soul of Bengal was somewhere always there. Right. So we said we could do chicken cutlet with adrak elaichi chai. We made a couple of new blends of tea also, like a Gondhara cha, an Golmorich. Yeah, the Golmorich chai, chaat chai. The chaat chai was green tea with hari mirch. So green tea, hari mirch, adrak, mint. It was all an amalgamation. And we wanted to make tea interesting. We didn't want to make tea boring. But that was going with the fish fry and chicken cutlet. And I was a very passionate guy, still am, where I would call up my customer and speak to them and talk to them, understand what they want. So we used to do like 3 orders a day before the lockdown, 7 orders a day. And when lockdown, we started 2 months before the lockdown. And when lockdown hit, that tea became 150. And I would talk to at least 120 customers every day and understand apna ki lagbe, and you know when you get an order on Swiggy.
No, you have to say apnar ki lagbe, apnar ki lagbe hobe na. Kolkataয় বসে বাঙালি খাবারের ব্যবসা নিয়ে ভুল বাংলা চলবে না।
You don't get the name of the customer. You have to press help. You have to talk to Swiggy. You've ordered poha. You have to tell Swiggy that why you want to talk to the customer. They'll say, no, I want poha can be made 5 different ways. Please connect me to the customer. They will do a conference call, and I would say that poha, I'm the owner of the brewing leaf, and this is my number. The next time you order, please let me know how you want it, and I will get a Sanchita's number that way. Get many other people's number. I have a broadcast list of 4,000 customers today. Just customers who know me by name. Okay, so that's how they started saying that why don't you do Ruchi
and the aloo dum was very
Ruchi aloo dum, Ruchi chola dal, and I asked my kitchen, they said, sir, full-fledged we are there. So then we started making that into a larger menu, the brewing leaf itself. Then I had a couple of my lawyer friends who couldn't find certain items in the menu. I said, lawyer can't find an item on the menu, that means it's lengthy. So then we said, let's break it up, because you would love to have coffee from CCD and not from an Arsalan. And you would love to have a biryani from Arsalan. There's a perception. Right. So we did solo and we had a full-fledged Bengali menu. Then we kept some, and they said to me, Bengali khabar korcho and tumi mishti korcho na. I had a moira. I brought in some Punjabi sentiments of gajar ka halwa with baked mihidana, and you would not get that anywhere. All mishti shops shut by 7, 8. You opened till 2. And मीठा खाने का तो मन dinner के बाद रात को ही है. So कुछ मीठा हो जाए happens at 1 o'clock, not at 2:30 in the afternoon, unless it's an occasion. And you're selling rasgullas with baked mihidana and a gajar ka halwa. So Bengali can't make these things, while a Punjabi can't make those things. The Punjabi mishti is very regional based. You will get Bengali sweets at Balram, you get North Indian at Haldiram. You don't have that culmination. So we started Mishti Khol. Mishti Khol led to Snackit. Snackit led to all day breakfast, and now we have 10 different cloud kitchen brands operating from the same space and place. We tracked the performance for 4 years. And since I talk to my customers, I would get a call at 7:30 from the kitchen. They operate from 7 a.m. to 1 a.m. And get a call at sir, chili malai kari HT, ये तो शेष हो गया चलो काल के आज के तो vendor टाइम ही अपने आप कथा बोलबेन. Talk to the customer, ma'am, you give me your number, send it at 1 o'clock. So no, I'll have it for breakfast.
Chili malai curry for breakfast.
So sometimes I'll show you a menu and order that at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. I feel like giving a hygiene free. So I spoke to my Marwari partner, and he's like, why Bengali is a very big market. So we saw how soul of Bengal was being appreciated. We are going to finish 1 year tomorrow as an outlet.
Oh, great.
So 27th October, thank you so much with all your blessings. 27th September we started last year. And but 2021 we started as a cloud kitchen brand. So that sentiment has always been there. It's not a new brand. It's just a new brand it's an old brand in a new space.
Right.
And we saw the trajectory. It was outperforming all brands by a far margin. But what we didn't want to do is replicate what the other Bengali restaurants do. And I have immense respect for other Bengali restaurants, what they serve and how they do it, because they are at the end of the day our inspirations. But to non-Bengalis coming to this field, how could we sell good Bengali food? It's very simple. Even if you are Apple, you don't know how to make a phone, but you know how to sell them.
Right.
And we got to know the product. We've been working for 4 years. I know my recipes by heart. I know my costings by heart. I know the taste and flavors. I had a 6-pack, now I don't, so it's definite that I was tasting my food well enough. All the shurche, bata, everything. And I think in the 4th month of opening this outlet, we were already searching for the second space. But we are a little finicky. We like the energy is vibing with us, and we've not got a space that kind of connects with us. But with God's grace, 4 months was good enough for us to know that people want us in more spaces. I mean, you don't want
good
to.
food.
Good
I
food and
always
good
say
service. It's
good
as simple.
food, people will find it out and go and have it. It's as simple as
This
that.
is main road theke badike neen, chini kam theke badike neen. It's not on the main road. It doesn't have that flagship feel.
Does
But
not
when
have.
you enter, you feel the vibe. It's nice. It's cozy. You get some good food and get good service.
About that, I was actually admiring your interior. What are the inspiration? Because I can see very nice photography. You can take the photograph.
Yeah.
What are the inspiration behind?
The inspiration has always been that women have been the flag bearer of the Bengali cuisine for ages. It's one of the oldest cuisines, and you can only a woman can tell you how Bengali cuisine is made. And even my chef, who's a male, is guided by his wife how to make 80% of the dishes. That's how powerful Bengali cuisine is. It's a women-led cuisine. And it is definitely justified that everything that is on the wall has to be an inspiration of women. And it's that's why even the menu, all the thalis are given a name after the people in the family. A Pishir thali, a Tidur thali, a Mayer thali, Mashir thali. And the prices are as per the age of the person. Didu being the most expensive. So the inspirations are subtle. The inspirations are not in your face. But if you actually pay enough attention, you'll understand they're intricate. So this entire wallpaper that you see over here is an inspiration of Tagore's poem. But it is not just a photo. It is an entire. If you sit down, you understand there's an animal, man. There's a full poem on this. If you see this Sheetal Patti on the ceiling, where there's a representation of the old Bengal, we serve all our food in pure kansa, so that when you sit, so people who are staying on this side of Calcutta, they find it very new. But if you go to a tier 2, tier 3, they'll say because there people are willing to maintain their utensils and eat food the way it was made and always served. So there are many intricate factors which we try to weave into our culture, and the main intention of this is two non-Bengali boys with the soul of Bengal want to make our presence pan-India in the coming years and make everyone and give everyone a flavor of the soul of Bengal. No, and it's just not the flavors of Bengal, it's an experience of Bengal.
I have a question, not related to food. So you are two non-Bengali boys, as you call yourself. You are Punjabi, so you eat non-vegetarian food.
Yeah.
What about your partner? Does
He
he
eats more
taste it?
non-veg than me.
Yeah, I was curious. I was going to ask you that.
He eats more non-veg than I do.
Okay. Yeah.
And he has
one
a good palate for food also.
Okay, one Punjabi, one Marwari. So I thought, what is?
Yesterday we tasted a pottle bata and he loved it. This is the first time he was tasting. I have done all these tastings before, but he's also developing a Bengali palate. I have a developed, seasoned Bengali palate now.
Also, so you're bringing up is in a Punjabi family, right? So how
Yeah.
come you came across to this kind of Bengali, authentic Bengali food?
So I think that my food that is made at home is a culmination of all different palates, and it's not just being Punjabi. It's been what you get in Bengal, and as I told you also that when my mother was a teacher and she used to drop me at my grandmother's house, I was surrounded by these lovely Bengali women, and you'll find these names very common. Parul Didi, Bela Didi, and Tumi or Bari Chole Jao, and she's come odro eshe geche tumi ajke ami tomake alu posto debo, ajke rui mach debo. So these things were so subconsciously embedded in us that I never thought I'm a Punjabi. I always thought I'm a guy from Cal. You know, I never thought I'm a...
Of course, born and brought up in Kolkata, you've imbibed the culture and the vibe of the city.
Absolutely.
But tell me, okay, now coming back to the food that has been served. Now tell us about this. What is in here? What is this?
So,
What is this? What is
this
this?
is a mocha chop.
Okay.
It's banana leaf, which
Mocha
is the
chop.
finest breadcrumbs. This is a bhetki chingdi jugalbandi because
Achha.
all of us are diet conscious. I split it into three, and
Good
it's
for
one
you.
big piece. And there's a, as the name says, jugalbandi. It's a nice amalgamation of bhetki and chigri. And this is a pure Kolkata bhetki fish fry.
Okay. I've had something here, which was a bhetki with a layer of.
Was that the patha begun modu churma?
No. The bhetki was wrapped in a.
Pathuri?
No, not pat. Of course, I'm a big boy. I know patki. It was bhetki mach with that dhone pata and pudina pata and kacha lanka paste inside, rolled and then fried. I've had it here. Now that's from your menu. I don't know what is it
It
called.
must be specialized for you then. It must be a special menu.
No.
Your presence allows us to make special things for you. The other day, as a matter of fact, with your kindness, Usha Uttam ma'am had also come, and we made such different. She's a veg, and we went off the cuff and we made some really good Bengali dishes like a jhinge paturi, stuffed aloo and.
Jhinge paturi sounds very interesting.
Yes.
That's very interesting.
And
This was jhinge posto, jhinge aloo.
Yes.
No, jhinge paturi
Yes.
sounds.
I think she had me to jhinge when I went to Paturi, she kind of flipped because this is our research is intricate. So that lawyering part of mine still comes into me when I have OCD, and I love to understand your recipes and how we can kind of amalgamate because we still understand the palate. Bengali palate is very simple yet very experimental. They want to have a base and experiment on that base.
And we have so much of different kind of food, and we have everything. Like you had potole khoshabata.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of people would cringe to think that what we throw away. Bengalis actually
Absolutely.
don't throw away. We have
Don't throw
chachuri. Where do you
Yes,
think the chachuri
yes.
came from? All the leftover vegetables
It's a
mashed together.
hash.
Yeah. So that's chachuri. And even in chachuri, I can sit and tell you 10 different chachuris here.
So, as a matter of fact, in a cloud kitchen menu is slightly different. I mean, it's 95% the same, but there's certain sentiments of home ordering which are also kind of included over there. For instance, we have a bhoge khichdi. So we have a
I've had.
khichdi with chutney and juri or begun bhaja. That's the combo.
That's juri aloo.
Juri
Juri
aloo.
is
So
juri
if you
aloo.
track the record, you'll find more of non-Bengalis ordering it than Bengalis are.
Right.
We
Now,
get it at home.
you make it at home, but the thing is that there's why are people from the other side ordering? So this is another thing that we analyzed. The flavors and the kind of passion that people have for Bengali food is actually on the other side of it than on this side. You all may think it's bari khabar. For them, it's like,
It's yeah.
how do you make this? How is this done? Paturi is a
Yes.
steamed thing in banana leaf. In any cuisine would you find you would find it in Japan or in some other kind of fancy cuisine. Bengali is the bari khaba. So when a Marwari comes or a Punjabi comes, for us it's very simple. Take this and cook it and give it. Presentation, there's besan in one, there's breadcrumb in one, there's banana leaf in one, then you're mashing all of them on a thing, and if you have eloquently put it, it's a skilled art
Yes,
and
of
a
course.
science to cook Bengali food. And
Science is there in every part of cooking. You have to be precise. You know exactly what to put where.
and when you have a Marwari partner, you have to be very precise with your costing. So,
Fusion is always, cooking is always a fusion of science and art.
correct.
Yes.
You have to. Okay, so about pujo.
Ha. This is getting thanda.
Okay, let's start.
So,
I'm using hand.
Absolutely.
Dhruv, have.
I'll have it.
Yeah,
In
you
due
can't
course
be the
sometime.
only one getting fat.
I'm keeping it for you if it goes to the second round.
No.
So one thing that is always kind of maintained is because as owners we've taken a lot of interest in the quality of ingredients that we purchase also. So there is nothing which is let's go for the second best, whether it's breadcrumb, whether it's a fish, the quality of fish, or whether it's even kasundi. It should be the best in the market.
Otherwise, people don't come back.
Nothing. So even I can hire the best chef and cut corners in very basic. If there is oil, it has to be the best oil. If there is breadcrumb, it has to be the best.
And this is
And
bhetki.
it's called bhetki. You can see the color. You take pride. I roam around of this restaurant. I don't want someone to call upon me and say, "It's bhetki na." So that pride and that kind of that arrogance should be there in your food.
No, if you are a food connoisseur,
Yeah.
you will immediately know
understand.
that this is not bhetki, this
Yeah.
is basa or something is being fed to
And
me.
the price is justified. You will see it's not a 150 rupee fish fry that you get.
Yeah, because
And we serve this as 4 pieces in a plate so that it's a bite size. But when we were children and you would go and cut it and you get a lot of breadcrumb and you get no fish and someone's got fish but no bread. So we said, why not? If 2 people come, they have 2 pieces, they pack the remaining 2 and they go. So a lot of these very basic things have been kept in mind. And
it was good.
you can go for a jog tomorrow.
The best part is that a lot of places you have to ask for the kashundi or the kashundi is
Diluted.
bland. It's bland. It's not a kashundi. It's a watery resemblance to the kashundi, but this is actual kashundi.
If it's not thick, it's not kasundi.
What happens during Durga Puja? What is that you're doing?
This is the
You're
calm
planning?
before the storm.
But what is that you're planning for Durga Puja?
To keep my heart intact. So what am I planning in terms? So I'm very well planned, and we are only keeping a la carte items because they move fast. They are enjoyed because mostly families come. We don't do thadis at that point in time for 4 days. We do purely a la carte. We have a very specific menu. We're all stocked in. We can already sense the immense demand. We are at a small teaser during Poila Boishak and we know that it's going to be double every day. We'll be open from say 12 o'clock till 2 in the night. And whatever the sales are, my main intent, to be very honest, and I'm not kind of mincing my words, my intent is that we do incredible sales, but we serve every customer with the finest quality food. Because I want that Sanchita who comes with the family at 10 o'clock to Soul of Bengal during Durga Puja comes on the 20th of October, the 20th of November, the 20th of December and can kind of rave about our food. And that's the intent. And that's the passion that is in me, which was still in 2019 and still in 24 and 25 and stay like that.
So I remember that there is a serpentine queue during Poila Boishak, right? One had to wait for 1.5 hours to get a table. So are you doing something outside? Are you doing a counter which is a QSR? People want to take fish fries and go away.
I feel is that very simple planning is most effective. So I want to simply, so we're going to make this a 40-seater, it's a 34-seater today. We've already ordered it for another table. 40 seaters and how much ever we can kind of accommodate inside is up.
So I've seen this during Poila Boishak. So I know this from experience. So you'll have to wait.
So what about the menu? Special menu?
So we are kind of concising the menu based on what people generally like. It's a pattern that we've seen over the years that people will have this. But we are launching crab for the pujos, and I love it. And we post pujos we'll have a full lengthy crab menu. But for the pujos we've done a crab moshla and a crab malai curry.
That'll take a lot of time to have though.
May take a lot of time to have. Don't let my partner know that. But we will ensure that you enjoy, even if it takes a lot of time to have. But we want something new to be done. People usually get afraid and kind of concise it to almost an extent of making it boring. But we want the families to enjoy, and people will not come here because Pujo's people come from very far off places. So if they've taken that effort of coming here, they should also experience something which is food. Something new, unique, and which we are experiencing. So our crab malai curry has never been done. And we just want to give you a taste of that and understand how...
Crab malai curry, even someone who's eaten around the world.
So I am a Dhruv Bhattacharya now.
I never had a crab
And
malai
it's
curry.
fantastic.
Yeah.
It's we get a good one big piece of 250-300 grams of crab. And so chef also showed me and made me taste a crab moshla, which is made everywhere. I said, what if I don't like a moshla but I like a crab? And why don't we kind of again play with flavors? And we've done that with tea, we've done that with mishti, we've done that with our food also. Where again, flavors that are liked by people but played around with a little bit. So I won't do a kacha longa dhona for the crab, but I know that the flavors of say a chingri malai curry would blend in well with the malai curry.
Because it's of course seafood and
Seafood thing.
yeah.
And people have traveled to Goa. They like the flavors of the coconut with the seafood. I'm sure it'll do well. And after that, we will come out with a full-fledged crab menu.
I'm waiting for that.
And thereafter, we are going to do a lot of interesting things. We're going to take up like one item, say an aloo, a potato, and we're going to kind of take out 10-15 different kind of things with it. Say the kasturi aloo, aam kasundi aloo, stuffed aloo, and just play, because Bengali food has this perception of only non-veg. It's always that, non-veg, chingri, malai, when I'm part of this association called BNI, everyone has this perception that it's only non-veg. It's not non-veg. Aloo posto, jhinge,
Shukto, chachuri.
I can give you a 20-25 kind of batas, which are, yesterday my partner flipped having a potol bata, which is, I think, the best thing I've had.
You had the potol bata or the potol khusha bata?
Potol bata.
Okay. Try the potol.
That's going to come from your house.
Try the potol khusha bata, yes. Because when we discard the skin, a lot of the protein, a lot of the protein and the good stuff is in the skin.
Yeah.
And we Bengalis have lawe khusha bhaja, we have aloo khusha bhaja, we have potole khusha bata. So now I never had jhinger khusha bata. I saw it in a reel, but I need to try it. But we generally don't waste any part of our vegetable. Even the full kopi, which will come in
And the
winter,
nutrients
we
are
eat
in
that.
that.
Yeah. Full kopi data chachuri. So the Bengali food is not
Have you
only
had
about non-veg.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what I want to push. So I want to give it a new face. When I was in tea also, we're still in tea, and we were very successful to give it new perception. People get stuck in it. When someone comes and says, do you have veg? That's the time I want my guys to push. I don't want them to push a non-veg. Non-veg is the big guy. People know, a Bengali knows what he wants to have or she wants to have. But a veg, I want to showcase, that's the place where we have done our effort. And because what happens in the first 6-8 months, you kind of make people familiar with the base menu.
Yeah.
And now we will not change the base menu, but we'll have small menu cards. Every month we'll be pushing good veg items, good non-veg items. We'll be coming up with batas, chingri dal bata. These things are not done regularly. The next outlet will have a counter specifically where I was sharing with you, where will be a bata counter. It will be a live counter that will change in theme every 2-3 months. There will be new things which can be done, and I want to give a full Bengali body feel.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be Raj body, it doesn't have to be that body. It will be body
Simple Bengali households
done well.
Of course, because now it's a very in thing to dine in a place which is like a home and a home setup, and where you actually feel you're having home cooked food. The decor is not. Anyways, I personally feel that decor is not. It's good to go to a place which has a nice decor, which is beautifully done. But the food is always the king. The food is the most important part. We travel to whichever part of Kolkata. We travel to Barrackpur some 3 hours to have biryani. We go travel to North Calcutta to have one Sandesh specific. So,
I mean, it's very simple. You go to watch a movie,
yeah.
you could be in the best hall in the world. You get the best popcorn in the world, but the movie shit. You don't have it, right? So when you come here, the ambience, the service, everything is just a periphery part of the main thing, which is the food.
Of course. And
You can actually deplete the experience in multiple ways and give the best food just served as is.
absolutely, the
And-
food speaks for itself. What I really in the back of my mind, it goes going round and round and round, is the jhingir paturi. I am intrigued by it. Yeah, I'm actually, because that's something I've never heard of. Even I've not tried. I've had mochar paturi.
Yeah.
I've made it at home.
The most difficult part in that is how do you create a binding effect in the jhingir.
That is what I was talking to you in the back of my mind, because I love to cook.
You
And
have
I
to
was
try
saying-
it and I'll
I
send it
was,
to you.
I was thinking, how is he binding that? It must be using chana. No, then no, I'm not going
And I'm
to
just-
delve into your secret, but
I'll give you the secret also.
I was thinking, how is he making the jhingir stick together to make a paturi? Paturi is also not even a fish paturi is not easy. You have to have
Yeah.
the right kind of heat. The mustard
perfect
leaf,
balance.
the mustard leaf has to be rightly blanched and then slightly charred, and all that has to be done. So
And
what
that's
you
the
say?
reason why people don't make it at home also to that extent.
Exactly.
So they come and have it.
Nowadays, people don't
Don't do the kitchmich.
because everyone's busy, everyone's working. Gone are the days when our mothers would spend hours over the stove cooking because they would love to do it. Now we don't have the time. Once in a while you do it, once a month. So let's order in Bengali food.
We ordering Bengali food. The ingredients for Bengali food also, which people would go and buy, that's coming on Zepto. So we'll see how much are we
Actually,
making the effort of going outside.
And
also.
that is why I believe this Bengali, when you have a solo Bengal, why is it so much accepted? Or even when you are doing it on online, because honestly speaking, the luchi gets deflated. But
Absolutely.
that cannot be helped.
That's why I don't call it Fulko on my cloud kitchen. It's not going to be a Fulko.
Yeah. Apart from that, just imagine the amount of time it would take for me to cut the mocha,
Absolutely.
make the chop and then fry it and all that. If I can order in and get that same taste or somewhat near the same taste that I had at home or my mother made,
Absolutely.
I would go for it.
So people are ordering chola dal luchi with char. How long does a Bengali not know how to make it? They could make it very well. But it's just convenience. And people are working, they're on the road, people order while they're reaching home, they order on the way so that Swiggy can reach just in time as I am there.
Yes.
How difficult is it to make a cup of tea? I mean, all of us can. But it's about,
The amount of stress you face the entire day.
no, the gandagi also after that, the chai patti, who'll clean it, such a mess, lady may not come tomorrow. So life has got simplified. And Bengali cuisine, however tasty it is, has a lot of meticulous preparation around it.
Yes.
So it's
From our
not-
kata,
Yes.
the shuktos. We have so many kinds of shuktos. Each shukto has a different way of cutting.
Yes.
So even our fish, when you're doing what do you call it? Muicha.
That's the toughest. You've taken the next level.
Yes. It is like it's a lot of hard work. So if I can just order it,
It's an exercise. It's a high intensity internal training of sorts.
It's a lot of hard work, but it's not impossible. I mean,
It is. So people had that kind of initiative in the past to sit down with their mashis and tumi asho amarke help karo, and that kind of become collaborative cooking. And that collaborative cooking because people have got independent, they stay away. Like even during a lot of festivities, that how many people stand in a line to buy a ticket today? It's all on Book My Show.
It's on Book My
And I'm not talking about Coldplay right now.
so I had to ask you that. Which is that poetry or the song that inspired you? Because I see an elephant here, I see another elephant there, and this is a horse, and I see a lot of beautiful motif,
Yes.
which are all I think handpicked and designed.
Yeah, so we
Yes.
got this done by our architect over here, and I'll send the poem to you.
Okay.
And
It's a tricky one.
Yes.
No, I was just intrigued because he said Tagore, and immediately I get intrigued. I was like,
No, but you can see, the feel is there. Whenever you enter this
হ্যাঁ
space,
কিন্তু আমি তো
you
তখন
have
থেকে
that-
কবিতাটা খুঁজছি যে কি কবিতাটা
If it's only Ghora, then I would have said Beat Purush maybe. But I don't know about the elephant and
আমিও তো বীর পুরুষটা তো সোজা ঘোড়াটা হলেই হয়ে যায়, বাট
হ্যাঁ।
আমিও ওটাই ভাবছি তখন থেকে নিশ্চয়ই কিছু একটা আছে, হাতি কেন দুটো আছে, সো সামথিং টু ডু উইথ সব জমিদার, সামথিং টু ডু উইথ বিকজ দ্য কাঁসার বাসন
This
অ্যান্ড দ্য
is,
হাতি। ওকে, ইয়েস,
Gitanjali.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
the person who made it, by including Indian borders, we are paying homage to the rich cultural heritage and artistic heritage of India, which is a significant aspect of Tagore's work. Tagore's poetry often reflects the cultural and spiritual essence of India, so the presence of Indian motifs in our design can symbolize this connection. Tagore's Gitanjali explores the interplay between humanity and nature. We incorporated human and animal elements into the borders of our wallpaper, which shows a relationship between humans and environment. The jharoka is a traditional Indian architectural element, typically a decorative window or balcony, often seen in historic Indian buildings. We included jharoka in our wallpaper to evoke a sense of nostalgia and a connection of India's rich architectural and cultural heritage. Gitanjali wallpaper is related to Tagore's collection, not only through its name but also through the incorporation of design elements. So,
I was very curious because the moment you said Tagore, I'm intrigued. I'm
Yes,
crazy about
absolutely.
him.
the sense of Tagore as a whole, and not just a poem.
Huh, it
just
is
a
not-
word.
huh.
It's as a whole,
Yes.
Tagore, and also not Bengali Tagore. It's Indian Tagore.
Indian Tagore. Of course, Tagore belongs to the rest of
Belongs
the
to the
country.
world.
Of
Yes,
course. And,
absolutely.
we are very territorial.
Right.
Rabindranath Tagore is ours. So, no.
yeah, a lot of Robi music also playing when
Okay,
we
so
are-
do you have anything inspired from Thakurbari?
No.
Nothing. Any
nothing.
plan of
not as of now.
That's different.
So that's why I said that even so, if you see a little bit of Alpana, a little bit of Chitalpatti, a little bit of subtle indications, but we wanted to give it a modern Bengali feel. But you'll have spotlights. You'll never find a chandelier or false ceiling. It is trying to give you a modern Bengali feel because even a Sanchita, you people who are here, we are not what we were 40 years back. We are all modern in our thought, in our way of living, with traditional sentiments, right? That is our
Of course, you are-
base. And I want to kind of take that futuristic step, not go back into time. I want to go forward.
I understand. There are these creative places which, do it for their.
Yes.
They want
Let
to
it
do it.
scent kind of
Yeah,
things.
it's-
I don't want to go to the body feel. I want to come out of the body feel and show Bengal as is today. And then when I go to a Bangalore, Bombay, Delhi, Chandigarh, and I showcase Soul of Bengal, I'm showing Soul of Bengal as on 2024.
right?
And the
not-
food.
and the food, Soul of Bengal, the food experience as of today. So if there is a sizzler Bengali platter with paturi, jhinge paturi on the platter and it's steaming, that is not from the 60s and 50s. That is
Definitely
2024. But the sentiments, the flavors, the gondharaj, everything represents us.
The
course.
nostalgia is there.
Nostalgia
but
is there.
it's
And
used-
as you said for Tagore, it's all soul of Bengal, right? I mean, even if people talk about him in Bombay, they always have the reference of Bengal in
Of
it.
course,
And you cannot take away that.
you cannot. Now, coming to your Bengali sizzler. Now, that is another answer you've given today. So, what is the Bengali sizzler? If you don't have any problem revealing it now.
See, so these are thoughts that come to me very with a lot of vigor at 2 a.m. when I'm going to sleep. And I discussed this.
I think the last-
Absolutely. It's just that when you should not get the adrenaline rush, you get it. So, this is all post pujos that we're planning to do. The intent is I don't know what will be on the platter and how much we'll sell it and whatnot. But I know there's an intent of making it aspirational Bengal. Okay, not something that is already. We obviously have this basic menu, foundational, the edifice that holds Soul of Bengal. But there are people who have traveled the world and they are Bengalis. Say Sanchita has gone all around the world and she's traveled, she's tasted multiple different cuisines, and we are so devoted to only one cuisine and not messing around with it by going into multi and serving a little bit of tandoor with it and all.
Yeah,
We want to stick with that and be loyal to it and create new things out of that same thing. Could be interesting ways of doing it. As I said, there could be some varieties of a single dish, or there could be some fancy ways of that is serving. What is a sizzler? It is just changing the way of serving the food. It's not a dish in itself.
No, but then it's such a nice thought.
Absolutely.
It's, it will appeal to the Gen Z.
Absolutely, that's the intent.
Bengali food or in a sizzler format. I find that so interesting because
there should be a reason why Bengalis then say that why should I come out and eat Bengali food? It's made at home. So that again is stuck in my head, which I want to break. The Bengali khabar keno khaba? Barite hoy. Now I can say that please come. I don't debate on taste because taste is very personal. My mother's food is the tastiest food in the world.
It is for everyone.
Yeah, so you don't debate that.
You don't.
Now can your mother make a sizzler? So that's the kind of newness you bring to the brand. I mean, you want to bring something innovative at the table, give something new. And as you said, Gen Z, it's absolutely that. Couples come, families come, they want to try. They will order kosha, mangsho, luchi, basanti, pulao, paturi, but they'll say, the sizzler try koro, dekho, bhalo. And that creates a loop for customers, it creates loyalty, it creates innovation, it creates
It's very
creativity.
interesting because, today, even if I want to have a Bengali food, people are very health conscious. So if I'm having a sizzler, I'm possibly not having carbs if I can choose the sizzler I want to have. So if I'm only having protein and having the Bengali taste and I'm having it in a sizzling way, paturi.
Absolutely healthy.
Absolutely healthy. If I have a fish fry which is not crumb coated but it is sizzling.
Absolutely.
So stuff like that,
Unfortunately, we think health, don't eat health. But if we could do that, we would be in a better place. But the intent is holistic, right? The intent is sometimes make it interesting and healthy. Sometimes, like say someone would say that don't deep fry my luchi. I mean, that becomes very difficult.
How do you
But
No, nowadays people air fry luchi. I have seen it.
Yeah, I don't want to go that.
Yes.
I don't want to go that information
No, I want
because
to
it comes
try
from
it
samosas.
one
But you
try
can
it
do a
once and
samosa.
see. And how bad is that going to be? Luchi and fried?
I mean, certain things should not be messed around with.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, you don't want to.
Yeah, luchi. No Bengali wants to mess around
You don't want to
with
make mutton kosha and olive oil now. So there's certain things that should be kept as is. But yeah, the intent is not to make food boring, to make the cuisine interesting. I am so confident that the Bengali cuisine has such dishes that no one has.
Oh, yes.
Because every human being in every Bengali family had a dish for itself. So if you go and do a research paper in Bengal, in just this area, every person will give you his own chachori. And chachori is technique. Yeah, no, what I mean chachori is what? Mishmash. So you could be a mishmash of something.
No, chachori, there's non-veg chachori, there's veg chachori, and there's chachori with West, what people throw away, and there's chachori, different bati chachori.
Yeah, we have chachori.
We have bati chachori, we have chachori, we have lawe shukto, we have normal shukto, we have doodh shukto, then we have mortadella shukto. So it goes on and on and on.
What we have done is made it slightly seamless, because when you said doodh shukto, and reminded me of a customer who came from Odisha, and they said no, we don't have it like this, and they were very intrigued, and I was so shocked to see they were Odiyas and our palates are similar, but they never had something like this, right? So in our menu also, what we try to do is bring in some Opal Bangla also. And we've done the Epal Bangla, Opal Bangla, which is again a very big hit, where we also want to show. So all this happens when we talk to customers. So she is your wife and you're the husband and you're from Opal, and she's from Epal, and she loves Opal, and you love Epal. And you both ordered something absolutely opposite, because his mother makes very good food and her mother makes very. So I was like, this is my perfect recipe on the menu. So you got in some Dhakai Pora Mangsho, we got in some bhartas, Man Kochu Bharta, Kochu Roti Bharta, just to give you a taste and flavor of when people come, try something new. And the Opal also does very well. We'll also bring in again sentiments from other regions which have Bengali food and give it in the same flavor of what people like here, like how Chinese food is done. I mean, you can't have the Chinese that is served there. So give it, bring it in the bandwidth of the palate and try something new.
Even in Bengal, in our districts, if you travel by districts, you will find as you travel, the food is changing.
So I was going to ask one thing. Since you are so passionate about what you are doing, do you travel to find menu or explore menu maybe or a food?
So the entire menu that we have for Bengali food is not on YouTube. You could do that for European and Western cultures. This is talking to women and especially Bengali women. Whenever anyone comes, like full gang of 10-15 million women, I ensure that I take out 2 recipes and then it comes from the house. I also sent Sanchita food sometime back, but she hasn't made and sent it to me. Where I'm very open to feedback because food is very personal. What is good to me may not be great to you, and you should always be acceptable to learning new things. So I do travel. I'm not a foodie.
You're not a foodie. That's why you've not touched the food.
I'm not a foodie, but I am very I've tasted my own food 100 times so that I know what I'm selling. But I have beans and carrot and chicken for boiled chicken for lunch and for dinner. So
he has to do this every time he tastes.
yeah, so I've tasted enough to be in the situation that I am.
But how can a Punjabi guy not be a foodie? And that is also an oxymoron.
I don't drink. So that's how it was. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't eat too much. So it's again a very, I enjoy what I eat. And I am not very passionate about food per se. Like I will not go around trying out new cuisines. But when it comes to work, I don't know how it is. It seems very odd to kind of articulate it. When it comes, I am always on the lookout for the new recipe for Bengali. What's trending? How is someone making the food? If someone talks about Bengali food, my eyes stand out and how is he doing it? I don't know why it is. That's the reason I shifted from law to this.
I'll give you another thing to think at 2 a.m. in the morning. We have a lot of shark.
Yes, that's on the menu.
No, and a lot of shark, not the normal kind. We have shark with chingri mach, we have shark with ilish mach, we have shark with garlic, we have shark with puti mach, we have shark which even people machir mata, and we have shark in. I can talk about 30 variants.
January. I'm saying January.
Yeah, in winters.
January it's set our menu, you'll see shark.
I didn't even know this.
So we were day before yesterday making the menu was shark. December will be a bata menu, which will be at least 20-25 different types of veg and non-veg batas. Then we'll do a little bit of biryani, just a week's biryani, because we have a little bit of arrogance, saying that if we can make good Bengali food, we can make a good Bengali biryani. Pre-book your biryani and come.
So what is a Bengali biryani?
A Bengali biryani is something which is which has a potato for sure. Okay, which is not rich in its keoda and essence, which is not homely but has a little masala, and the mutton is soft and tender and it's light, and
hopefully not veg.
And I'm not talking about pulao.
Yeah, he said that today.
So
that's an
Bengali
oxymoron,
biryani.
yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So we just do it for 1 week.
A Bengali. Now you've got me hooked.
Yeah.
A Bengali biryani. Now this is something we must. When you do it, we must take it across to our viewers, because
Absolutely.
I've heard of a lot of kind of biryanis, but this is you've given me three first today.
From a non-Bengali.
Jhinger paturi,
Yes.
sizzling Bengali sizzler,
Yes.
and now Bengali biryani. Now Bengali biryani is something we have to take it across to our viewers, and you have to tell us a bit in advance so that they can come and they can enjoy it, because that's something I think it's going to be a novelty, because biryani is never associated with Bengalis.
Absolutely.
So that is something the soul of Bengal is bringing specifically as an ode to Bengal. So that's something that shouldn't be missed. Yes, continue with the Bengali biryani.
It is just that we take a lot of pride in our innovation and cooking, and we are very sure we can make a very good Bengali biryani. We just do it for 1 week. We let the people know. Pre-book your biryanis, come have. We are not in this cuisine. We will just, because biryani accounts for almost 40 to 50% of Swiggy sales, Zomato sales. It is the most ordered item, even though it's the most, everyone knows biryani khabe ki na khabo na chalo khene. So it is how that entire journey is. It's a complete meal. We make a very good biryani, so we serve a very good biryani and we said, okay, thank you so much, you got it. Now let's move on to the next thing. It is just the season, it's winter, people like to have a little spicy stuff, and we have a good back end. It's just a little bit of confidence that we want to kind of put on the plate. And then we'll come back to our shark and
Bata.
Bata is November end.
Okay, so there's a lot to look forward to.
Absolutely.
A month on month, from puja to the
November, December,
Bata,
winter seasons.
yeah, the biryani, the Bengali biryani and the shark.
So who was in Delhi and they were selling it for some 3 lakhs. So I just took the photo, I went to Ezra Street and he made it 12,000.
Because when someone's telling you this thing, this is let me tell you, it's just between us, this is completely Mughal.
Actually, that is the reason I was skeptical about this.
So I was like, someone's told you, someone's fooled you. But don't take me otherwise, I'm sorry. This is completely Mughal.
Bengali
what?
Is more of that kind of photo.
Correct. So
That is Modhubani.
That is
March
Modhubani.
is Modhubani.
And then you.
There's 2 words Modhubani. Okay,
Correct,
this
so
entire place is Modhubani.
This is Bengali.
So this feel
This is
definitely
Dhokla, this
has
is Bengali.
this has the
This is a very
thing of
royal
Mughal.
feel. This is a
But
royal
so
feel.
what the representation is trying to do is perhaps
It's
that.
we do
Very
it
good.
all the time in our presentation. We do it all the time. I completely understood when you were reading. I understood that guy it's a non-Bengali guy who's done the presentation.
But he's a Bengali. He's a Sengupta.
He's a Hindu, not from
But staying in Delhi.
What did I say? Not from Kolkata. So he's a Sengupta, not from Kolkata.
You will have more of a Daamini kind of painting
If you
instead of
say
this kind of thing.
This is very nice. There's no.
It's
No, it
neat.
is very nice. Yeah.
It's beautiful, but it's
That is
Mughal.
done pretty well.
Huh?
And even
It's
this.
Mughal. It's Mughal. So it's okay. I'm intrigued by your Bengali biryani now and the mochar patur. So আমরা যখন সবসময় আমাদের ভিউয়ার্সদের বলি রেকমেন্ড যখন আমরা করি কোনো খাবার বা কোনো জায়গা, আমরা পেইড প্রমোশন করি না, আমরা খেতে ভালোবাসি আর আমরা চাই আপনারা ভালো খাবারটা খান, এবং সেটা মাথায় রেখে আমরা খুব চিন্তা করে পিক অ্যান্ড চুজ করে আপনাদের কাছে সেই জায়গাগুলোই নিয়ে আসি যেই জায়গাগুলোতে এলে আপনারা আপনাদের ফ্যামিলির সাথে খেয়ে এনজয় করবেন এবং খাবারটা ভালো, যেই স্পেসিফিক কুইজিনটা যেখানে হয় যেখানকার কুইজিনটা ভালো সেটাই আমরা রেকমেন্ড করি। তো আজকে আমরা এসেছিলাম সোল অফ বেঙ্গলে। আমি পার্সোনালি অনেকবার খেয়েছি, আমি তো এতদিনে আপনারা জেনেই গেছেন সারাক্ষণ খেয়েই বেড়াই। সো আমি অনেকবার খেয়েছি, অর্ডার করেছি, আমরা অনেক জায়গাতেও অনেক পার্টিতেও ওদের কেটারিং খেয়েছি বা ওদের খাবার খেয়েছি, কিন্তু আমার যেটা সব থেকে ভালো লাগে বা এই যে একটা কনসিস্টেন্টলি ভালো খাবার সার্ভ করা ছাড়াও ইনোভেশনস, আমি আজকে 3টে জিনিস এখানে এসে খুব ইন্ট্রিগড হয়েছি, আরেকবার বলি আপনাদের। একটা হচ্ছে ঝিঙের পাতুরি, প্লিজ কাম ফর ইট, খেয়াল রাখবেন। আমাকে বলেছে জানাবে সিজলার আরম্ভ হওয়ার আগে, বাঙালি সিজলার। আর বাঙালি বিরিয়ানি তো মাস্ট, যখন আরম্ভ হবে আমরা ওটা একটা স্পেশাল পোস্ট করবো আপনাদের জন্য, প্লিজ ডোন্ট মিস ইট। বাট আদারওয়াইজ রাউন্ড দ্য ইয়ার ভালো বাঙালি খাবার খেতে হলে একবার আমাদের রেকমেন্ডেশনে এসে খেয়ে যাবেন এবং খেয়ে আমাদের লিখে জানাবেন কেমন লাগলো, এবং তার সাথে আপনাদের যদি কোনো রেকমেন্ডেশন থাকে আমরা খেতে যাব এমন জায়গায় তাহলে সেটাও জানাবেন। Thank you, Dhruv. And the best part was the conversation. It was really interesting.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.